Hello, Rick. God, should have had some water. Hello, and welcome back to another video of me painting a kit. I wasn't expecting to do that many of these, but, well, here we are, so... Yeah, I'm going to be color correcting the SDCS Crossbone Gundam, which should, assuming I can get some top coat by the time it needs to be uploaded, should be my Halloween review. I figured it kind of fit with the whole skull and crossbones spooky season thing. Anyway, this is probably going to be recorded in multiple parts, but I can at least paint some of this right now, and then I'll come back and paint the rest of it. It'll all be edited into one video, so it's not really any point in me saying this, honestly, but yeah, let's get started. Thankfully, most of the crossbone is white plastic, so I don't have to undercoat anything with white, aside from the dark blue plastic on the chest and shoulders. Well, these little bits here are just going to be white anyway, same thing with the sort of strap here on the shoulder, but I am going to be undercoating parts that need to be done in yellow and red anyway, so wait for that. I guess I'll be doing the red here today, just on the crotch. There's actually not that much red that needs to be painted, just here and on the arms, but I shall leave the red for another day. I'll actually be painting this in with sort of a slightly metallic pale yellow. I think would look nice. I could just go with a gold or something, but I think that would give a better effect, so let's start off by using a little white, because I'm gonna have to use it for a few different things, so that's really good for now. For now, let's just do the first coat of white on these parts. This, I can already tell you, is going to take a lot of paint. Dark blue especially is really bad for this kind of thing. And I'm not worried too much about the edges, because when it comes to color correction, I usually just clean up the edges anyway. I mean, it's better not to mess up the edges, because you don't want to have to go over it over and over again, but you know, it's not really a big deal. That, of course, only works with color correction on bare plastic, but you know, means it can be a bit sloppier and not have to worry about it, so I'm not going to complain. That's a decent base coat on that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to paint the hands gray too, but I'll do that when I paint the gray on the feet and the ankle guards. I can never remember if the back one here is supposed to be yellow, so I'm just not going to paint that for now. If it is, I'll have checked, and it will be color correct, so. And it's fine if the paint looks a little bit spotty now, because it's only the first layer. It's not even really the first layer, it's just sort of an underlayer. Just don't want like notable blobs of paint. It's the only thing. Yeah, that's probably fine for now. It looks patchy, but you know, you just get that. This one at least I will do, since I need to do it in yellow. I know that. And that's probably fine for a first coat. Honestly, if you're painting over it, it's not too bad, even if it's a bit patchy beforehand anyway, because it's only just to add that little bit of white underneath. And of course the edges will be cleaned up later, so that's not a big deal. I think I should be able to do a second coat on this now. You can, well, you can't see it, but if you look really closely on the actual art, well, not art, the painted figure, they show, actually they painted the inside of this, but I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna notice anyway, and that sounds like a pain, so I may paint it later, I may not, who knows. Shouldn't try and clean that up with my fingers, actually. I should actually use the proper tool for the job, which is a toothpick. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to be doing is painting this, so... 1 drop of yellow, 1 drop of steel, they call it. It's just a metallic silver, but you know. And I'm gonna use the white here to lighten it up afterwards, but I'm just gonna mix that. I'll do that off screen. It came out a little bit more green than I wanted, so I'm gonna add a bit more yellow. 1, 2. I'll just mix that, see how that comes out. You could ask, why aren't you just using gold? 1, I don't have gold. And 2, I actually think this will look better, since it'll be a bit more of a flat finish, but have a little bit of glitter to it. Alright, that's mixed. Basically what I wanted. And honestly, 1 coating may actually be enough. So I may have made a little bit too much. And yeah, that's pretty much the effect I wanted. So I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna clean up the mistakes I made. I just realized the area around the neck's supposed to be yellow too, but I mean, you won't see it, so like hell I'm painting that. I realize I haven't actually shown how to clean up paint with a toothpick. It's not hard or anything, you just remove it. Though I will recommend sharpening the toothpick to a sort of flat, sharp edge. It just makes it easier to get closer without scratching any paint off the side. And of course, any little bit here I'm just going to cover over when I do the panel lining on these anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's that noticeable. Anyway, alright, that's done, and that definitely gets across the effect I wanted. Slight metallic look, very light yellow. Looks basically perfect, so I'm just going to leave that there off to the side now. And, I could do the grays. Yeah, you know what? Let's do the gray next. Alright, these knees. These bits. Feet. And the hands. I'll leave those to dry. Pretty sure this bit on the side skirts is supposed to be the same blue as the rest of it, so it doesn't need to be painted, and it doesn't need any paint. Let's say this is the same color too for these, so I should take these off for it, so that's easier. And those don't need to be painted. Also, the red that needs to go around this needs to be painted afterwards too. But I'm doing this first because it's a lot easier to do it this way around. I'm gonna mix this. Give me a moment. I need to paint the hands, but I'm going to do that off screen since it requires a lot of not screwing up. Alright, obviously I have the hands painted now, and I also just blobbed some black on that. I'll just clean it off once it's dry. Pretty sure that's all the dark gray I need to use. There's a lighter gray on the weapons, but I'm not doing that right now. You know what? I will do the red on the helmet and maybe the crotch, since that's pretty much all that needs to be painted now. Aside from these, which need to be cleaned up. Alright, let's get painting. Alright, let's let that dry and then I'll clean it off again. And I think one more coat should probably do that. And might as well paint this while I'm here. There's not that much more red to paint after this anyway, it's just the emblem on the chest. Alright, that's all the red done. I'm gonna be saving the yellow for another day because I want to make sure that that's fully cured before I paint the yellow on top of it. I still need to clean up a few lines on these, but it's mostly done. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a second, though for me it'll probably be a day. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is paint the dark blue on the side skirts, since that'll be fairly quick and easy. Alright, well I'll give that a few minutes to dry and then clean it up. And then we can move on to the yellow, I guess, for all the thrusters on these. And then all I have left is to color correct the weapons and we'll actually be done. It took a lot longer than I expected, but hey, whatever. Alright, I have the sides cleaned up now. So the skirt is now done. Thankfully. Also, between cuts, I did do another layer of red on these just to even it out a little bit. And, a bit more importantly, I did do the white on the chest and shoulders with another coat just to brighten it up a bit. So, let's move on to the yellow, I guess. The thing is, it's not quite a pure yellow, it's slightly off yellow, a little bit orange. The same color that they used for the Mark II Revive, actually, if you have that. For here, I guess. Thankfully, I'm painting all of this onto either white plastic or pre-painted white areas, so it shouldn't take too many coats to get even. Just a little drop of red, because I don't think I'm going to need very much. And we'll just get mixing and get the color I want. Maybe not even that much red, honestly. Yeah, that may have actually been enough. Well, it's easy enough to check, actually, since actually this may even be too much. I'll check first. If not, a little bit more yellow is not really a problem. It's a little bit dark. Actually, a little bit of white may actually fix it rather than yellow, because it does seem a little bit desaturated. Right, let's try that. Much closer. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more white since it does dry a little bit darker. And just pile it together so it doesn't dry out as quickly. And it's a very weird color. I think it needs both a little bit more red and also a lot more white. You see, that is more like what the color looks like. At that point, it's a bit too light. Actually, it's still a bit too yellow. Okay, now I think I have the color. At least it definitely looks closer. Okay, yeah, that's close enough, and honestly, this is probably enough paint I can get away with using it. Might as well do these first. Yeah, honestly, like 2 coats will probably be enough. Maybe a 3rd one. And of course I'll just do the black dot in the center using a toothpick. Since they're really good for just like circular details like that. Also, I did check between recordings, and this is supposed to be painted on the back, so I'm going to be doing that. And like I said before, when it comes to painting on bare plastic, it's super easy to clean up, so I don't really have to worry about it. All 4 of these need to be painted. Both sides. Yeah, the black just goes right up against this, so I don't really have to worry about the inside edge. I just kind of have to do the outside. Right. Alright. I will, however... Well, I was going to separate them off, but they don't want to come off, so I guess I'm just going to do them like this. I should be able to get these off. Give me a second. Alright, I got them off. It wasn't actually that bad. I was just worried about breaking them. Honestly, I'm more concerned about painting the ones on the legs. Rather than these, since it's actually fairly easy to just paint a couple of straight edges like this. Oops. Oh well, it's not noticeable. I cleaned off the paint pretty much instantly. Yeah, like I said, those weren't actually that bad. Might as well do that second layer on these now. I guess I should probably paint this now, huh? No, actually, I kind of want this to be a little bit more yellow rather than this orange. So, just gonna add some. since all the other yellow has been painted, I don't have to worry about it. I should probably add a bit of white, because it seems a little bit dark. Yeah, much brighter. That's what I want. Now you may have noticed that I didn't paint the crossguard on the sword here, and that's because I'm going to do it probably with my knife, because it's a very, very small detail. But all I have left to paint now are these, and also the crossguard on that, of course. And of course I have to put the black into the actual verniers, but I'm going to wait for the paint on these to dry and cure fully before I do that, so that I can clean them up if I make a mistake. So I guess this recording is going to take 3 days. Oh well. Alright, we're on day 3 and finally on the home stretch. Just need to do the black on thrusters and on the shoulders, and paint the weapons, and probably do a black wash on stuff, but that can wait. The most important thing to do right now is get all these thrusters painted in. Now thankfully, black paint doesn't really require a second coat since it's such a powerful color, but now I don't want it to be pure black, so I'm going to be adding a tiny amount of white. Okay, give it a full drop, come on. Yeah, it's easy enough to clean up the edges after. Alright, I'm just gonna let the black dry for a little bit and I'll clean it up off camera and then we'll paint the weapons. And I do need to do the black around these, but I'll do that after. Alright, I think I'm mostly done. Also, you'll notice the green. I did the camera. But, all I really have to do now is add a very light wash on stuff, and I don't really need to record that, so, I guess that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. This took forever to edit, so thanks for sticking through it. I'll be reviewing this kit soon-ish, so subscribe and hit the bell to see that. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, happy building.